Hi guys, this is Glenn from G&P Custom Fabrications. I've got some updates on upcoming project that I'm going to be hopefully getting back on to getting some stuff done. As some of you are aware of my Ratrod Sketchy, also the same Sketchy as you see on the banner up there. I've kind of had taken a break from Sketchy. I pulled the motor out. I was wanting to make sure I did everything right on it. Getting all the machining work done and forged pistons and everything, so it'd be right for having turbos on it. My goal was 600 horsepower. I'm probably not going to see that just because of the heads that I'm running on it. I'm just going to have some ported stock heads, and they're not even the good stock heads. I may go to aluminum heads later, but just first putting it together, I'm going to go with the stock heads, just clean them up a little bit. But I do have a list here of things that I'm hoping to break down into episodes. Kind of go over here real quick. Starting out, the 4-link system I have on the back of here, when I welded it on the axle, I didn't have one lined up quite right, and I didn't catch it until after I put a lot of miles on it, and it just, so I knew something wasn't right in the back, and my wheel base length was off from one side to the other, and I made a lot of adjustments on it, and it just wasn't, I could tell something wasn't right, and then finally I realized that's what it was one of my 4-link brackets on the axle was off from the other one, so that needs to come off, get redone. Motor mount, or the battery mount, I had the battery up here in the front right next to the engine, which worked good to get the weight off the back of the car, but it was right next to the block, and even though it was out in the open air on hot days, I would say it's probably got a lot more heat than it needed. So I'm going to move it back to the back where I had it when I redo the 4-link system. I had a battery mount back there initially, and I moved it up front. Now I'm moving it back to the back again. Let's see. Finish welding chassis up. That will happen as I'm working on those other things. Sketchy was all pretty much had been in the mock-up stage for a long time. Even though I've driven it down the road, ran it 80 miles an hour for many miles. Part of that is because the whole time I was building Sketchy, the motor, once I had it in place, I didn't pull it back out. All the work was done with the motor in place. And for anybody that's done any automotive fabricating stuff, that's a big no-no. You can't, there's just so much you can't do. I created a lot of extra work for myself by refusing to pull the motor out. And there's a lot of welding. The chassis was pretty much welded already, but I've had added some stuff to it that I needed to get to that I couldn't get to because of the motor and transmission being in. So now they're out. There's a lot of welding that's going to get done, some more bracing, gusseting, the floor, the underneath of the cab, down the transmission tunnel, all needs redone, welded up. Any air gaps I have in there, I want to get sealed up. The lines for the power steering and the hydro boost lines all need reran. Now that nothing's in the way and I can get to them better, I can rerun those, make them look a lot better. And so yeah, there's just a lot of stuff as far as once I get it up on jack stands, get the axles out from underneath it, get it where I can really work on it better. I was hoping to have a lift by now. It just hasn't been in the cards. It's not been a priority. I'm wishing I had it before I started on this now, but I think with jack stands I can get it up high enough, tilt it to the side or whatever to get to what I need to. Another big thing is the leg room in Sketchy is horrible. Great deal. I greatly misjudged when I was laying things out in the car. I guess really I wasn't thinking about the pedals. I was looking at where the firewall was, and I wasn't thinking about where the pedals were going to be at. So it felt like I had more leg room than I really do. And one thing you'll see, let's see if I can squeeze down in here. Sitting in it, I am 5'11". Let's try it from this side. With a 33-inch inseam, and you can see it, I've got my knees bent like I'm riding a go-kart. Ideally, I want to rework the frame that goes to the seat back. The seat can't go any further back. The seat is where it is because, get that out of the way, this goes to the frame, and it's mounted, and just take my word for it, this is mounted to the frame where it kicks up right there, so you can't go any further back. But my plans are, when I'm redoing everything else, I'm going to find a way, I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet, but that kick up there, take it back another 6 inches, and then redo my 4-link based off that new. With that being scooted back, I might move the 4-link to the outside further or something. I don't know yet how I'm going to do it, but I want to get that upright moved back at least 6 inches, get more leg room, get some just a little more comfort in driving, make it more comfortable for passengers. I've had some passengers that were just packed in here tight, and so just make it a lot more enjoyable ride. It really don't bother me being the way it is. It would be nice to have a little bit more comfort or a little more stretch. You get a leg cramp going down the road, which I have done before, and you've got nowhere to go. You're just kind of screwed. So extending that frame, moving that kick up, whatever it's called, moving it back is so I can move that seat back. Will that's going to be a major deal there. Rerun power steering lines, which I mentioned already. The Hydro Boost is part of that. The Hydro Boost and power steering lines together. Finish and closing the cab. That will be part of what I meant when I redo this and move that uprights back. When I go back in, I'm going to be welding it in and closing in the whole seat back part. Right now there's air gaps in the side. Last time I'd done much work on Sketchy, I had went and all around the back side here, I had sealed it up and got it welded in good. I just didn't do up here any further. So that's why it's the way it is. And I've got cats crying at me. What, cats? Come here. Hi, come on in. But anyway, let's see. Redo motor mounts. The motor mounts right now, they were solid mounts and they look like crap. And I've had them break before, and I just have a chance to redo them new. That's what I'm going to do while I got everything out of there. Here, cut them off, clean them up, and then I'll get the motor in position. I'm going to be running the stock motor mounts on the top side attached to the engine with the rubber mounts, and just, you know, a little comfort, try to keep it from beating itself up, and then I'll just see where they land and make new things from there. See, reinstall gauges. I'm not redoing my instrument cluster so much, and I got a video on that from when I redid that. I'm happy with it. It just needs the gauges put back in it and the wiring gone back through. I got plastic panels for the back, or plexiglass back windows. I need to get them tinted and get them installed on the engine, porting the heads. my first set of heads, I had a breakthrough, as my machinist said, and ruined it. They could have been fixed, but they weren't that great of heads to start with, so it wasn't that big a deal. I need to finish putting it together. I need to clean up the transmission, rebuild the second turbo. I did the first turbo already, but I haven't done the second one. And then the exhaust manifolds. Since I have the arc droid, I can make better flanges than what I had before. So I'm gonna cut out new flanges and cut the old flanges off and weld on the new ones and have a better setup. So that's it. I mean, that's what my plan is. I was gonna try to make each one of those an episode. I don't know how that's gonna work yet. Right now, things kind of got turned upside down at work. I knew it was coming, but it still, I've had a lot of free time, just the nature of my job, but that's going to change for a little while, and I'm going to have to start working every day for a while, and I'm not used to that. So I got spoiled. So I'm going to try to make the most of it. And my shop's not very well insulated. I can try heating it and try to work in the cold, but my hands start getting cold and I'm done. So all that being said, I really hope to start getting some stuff done. If this is the kind of content you guys are into, hit that subscribe button, share it with a buddy, like it. You know, if you got any suggestions, any comments, feel free to comment below. Comment interactions. I'm usually pretty good at getting back with people. Why I kept showing you the board. You've already seen the board, but yeah. If you got any questions or comments, that really helps with the algorithms, gets my video out there. I had really taken a break and had got where I wasn't real serious about doing anything for a while, but you know, it's kind of silly. I've had all kinds of stuff I could have been doing videos on, and I just kind of got burned out on it, I guess. But you know, a lot of videos I could have been doing on the food truck, building of it. And I need to do a walkthrough on it before too long. I've tried a couple, and then I'd make changes, and then, you know, I want to update an up-to-date walkthrough video. So all that being said, thanks for watching this video, and hopefully I'll see you in a future one. This is Glenn for G&P Custom Fabrications, living the dream till the freaking phone rings. Thanks for watching.